2024 has been a disappointing year for rap, apart from all the diss tracks. A shocking amount of albums flopped this year, even from some of the most established artists. In this video, we look at every rap album that flopped in 2024 so far. Insano by Kid Cudi. Let's start with a project that I bet you never knew dropped, Kid Cudi's Insano. Released on January 12, 2024. This was supposed to be his 9th studio album, but more importantly, it was his final contract obligation with Republic Records. So what did they do for promotion? Well, pretty much nothing, with 2 singles, Porsche Topless and At the Party, that barely registered on the charts. It was like they didn't even care. The album debuted at a disappointing number 13 on the Billboard 200, making it Cudi's 7th top 20 debut, selling just 8,500 copies in his first week. It became one of the first flops of the year. Blue Lips by Schoolboy Q. Schoolboy Q came back after a 5-year hiatus with Blue Lips on March 1, 2024, a follow-up to his 2019 album Crash Talk. The album had potential, especially with the lead single Year in 101 getting a music video and some hype. Critics loved it. It scored at 87 out of 100 on Metacritic, but it didn't become a chart topper. The album moved 34,000 copies in his first week, which was the lowest of his career. Considering his previous work did way better commercially, this was undoubtedly a flop. Genre Sad Boy by Machine Gun Kelly and Trippie Redd. MGK and Trippie Redd teamed up for a collab project called Genre Sad Boy, released on March 29, 2024. Its emo rap sound has missed this moment, and the EP was a mess. The critics were ruthless, with even Fantano giving it a 0 out of 10.
No listen, which is why I'm feeling a 0 on this.
They tried to promote the project through streams and interviews, but none of that helped. It debuted on number 30 on the Billboard 200, with just 17,000 units sold in its first week. For 2 artists with decent followings, it was a massive commercial letdown. Might Delete Later by J. Cole. When J. Cole dropped Might Delete Later on April 5, 2024, it had all the ingredients of a viral moment. Coming in the middle of the great rap civil war of 2024, this project even included the weak response to Kendrick, 7-Minute Drill, and we all know how that ended.
Let's say right now tonight, how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers to ever touch a fucking microphone?
And like the name of the mixtape, he deleted the song from streaming platforms after 1 week. While it's still a solid album, it never got the attention it deserved due to all the drama. It debuted on number 2 on the Billboard 200, moving 115,000 units, which would be great for most rappers, but a clear drop-off for someone like J. Cole. For him, this was his lowest first week sales ever. Better Off Alone by Ed Boogie with the Hoodie. A Boogie released Better Off Alone on May 17, 2024, and the album's title might as well have been a self-fulfilling prophecy. The album didn't have any real hits, with the lead single Steppers barely making a dent. The project debuted on number 18 on the Billboard 200, selling just 27,000 copies in its first week. To put that in perspective, his 2020 album Artist 2.0 moved 110,000 units in its first week. The contrast is insane, and the album flopped hard. Megan by Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion's 3rd studio album, Megan, was released on June 28, 2024. Now, she had a lot of buzz going into this, especially her diss track Hits, aimed against Nicki Minaj, became her first solo number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. But here's the thing. Despite being on a generational PR run in recent years, being featured on popular TV shows and even hosting the VMAs this year, but that didn't translate to album sales. The album debuted on number 3 on the Billboard 200 with 64,000 units sold, which wasn't bad, but for an artist of her status, it felt underwhelming. I've come to the conclusion that she has always been bigger than her music. Y2K by Ice Spice. Ice Spice dropped her debut album Y2K on July 26, 2024, and let's just say, her pretty girl drill sound has gotten old. Tracks like Think You the Shit Fart and Give Me the Light just didn't hit like her earlier stuff. Despite all the noise, the album debuted on number 18 on the Billboard 200 with 28,000 units sold in its first week, which was low considering all the promotion before its release. Miss Poopy's 15 minutes seem to be running out, as she has had a year full of controversies, and it seems like her popularity has taken a nosedive. Faith of a Mustard Seed by Mustard. Mustard thought he could capitalize on the momentum he had after producing Kendrick's legendary smash hit diss track Not Like Us and performing at the Pop Out concert, but his album Faith of a Mustard Seed, released on July 26, 2024, didn't quite get there. It debuted at a pitiful number 50 on the Billboard 200, moving only 18,000 units in its first week. After the flop, Mustard went on an online rant blaming Drake for the album's poor sales. Vultures 2 by Kanye West and Ty Dolla $ign. Kanye teamed up with Ty Dolla $ign for the second collab album Vultures 2, released on August 3, 2024, despite multiple listening events hyping it up. It debuted on number 2 on the Billboard 200, with 107,000 units sold just in 6 days. But here's the thing, this album pretty much tanked Kanye's public image even more, from using AI to record his verses, to unfinished and rushed tracks, which didn't make sense because the album has been delayed a few times. It was a total disaster, and let's be honest, Kanye has been on a downhill slide since The Life of Pablo. Sugar Honey Iced Tea by Latto. Latto's third studio album, Sugar Honey Iced Tea, dropped on August 9, 2024, and followed up her 2022 release 777. It was preceded by her beef with Ice Spice, and the title was a nod to that, but that did not bring attention to the album, as the numbers were rough. It debuted on number 15 on the Billboard 200, selling just 29,000 units. For someone who had a decent run before, this was a major step down. Ultra 85 by Logic. Logic dropped Ultra 85 on August 9, 2024. I guess he came back from his retirement. I mean, rappers never really retire when they say they're retired. Despite the comeback hype, it only debuted on number 45 on the Billboard 200, moving a low 18,000 units. The numbers took a dip, especially for an artist that used to sell more than 100K in the first week every time he came out. Hood Poets by Polo G. Polo G returned after 3 years with Hood Poets on August 9, 2024, following the success of his 2021 album Hall of Fame, which featured the #1 hit Rap Star. But this time around, it was a huge drop-off. It seems like he has missed his moment, as Hood Poet debuted on number 28 on the Billboard 200, selling just 24,000 units in the first week, a massive downturn from his previous success. Better Me Than You by Big Sean. Big Sean dropped Better Me Than You on August 30, 2024. Now, he has always been considered just outside of the big three in rap, but his inconsistency has held him back. The album debuted on number 25 on the Billboard 200, selling only 22,000 units. By far the lowest first week sales of his career. It seems like Big Sean's fame is starting to flicker out, which is sad. Which rap albums that flopped in 2024 did I miss? Tell me in the comments below.